Hello traders out there in Traderland, D7 here with Grok Trade, and I'm going to explain to you at the end of this video why I've been gone for a few weeks here. I'm back and happy to be back, but I'll share with that at the end of the video. But let's get after the markets here. Yes, I own a hedge fund. Yes, I've been trading in live markets nearly 30 years using technical analysis. And yes, I'm spending my time with you on a Saturday to share with you some technical analysis stuff. So let's get after it. S&P 500, this is the spider. This is the ETF on the S&P 500. And this spider, guys, is on the weekly chart. The weekly chart, each bar is 1 week. We're above most of the major moving averages here, which is good, but we're up, very extended here. If I bring in some indicators, you'll see that the RVGI is crossing over bearish, and RSI is starting to flatten out here. And those are a couple things I want to share with you. If we go back here, the big thing I want to share with you is we have a lower high, lower low on this. So are we topping out, and could we be dropping lower? Here's the long and short of it, gang. This is a good place to have a big down leg. It's also a great place to have a high base. For the markets to stay bullish, you need to have a high base develop on all these major moving averages going into the very near future, next couple of months. That has to happen. If not, look for a multi-week pullback in the markets, which is usually what happens in the summertime, and we are in that time now. Diamonds, if you look at the diamonds, lower high, lower low, and we're challenging these moving averages. If we start to drop below those moving averages, gang, look for a lot of downside bloodbath times going into the next few weeks, next couple of months. Could happen. If you look here at the Q, same thing, almost a tweezer top, but lower high, lower low. Very cookie cutter type pattern here. Very indicative of a topping pattern. Look for potential drop. Again, the only thing that could bail us out in the next few months, if we just go sideways and do a whole lot of nothing, that would be more bullish than bearish if we were to build this high base. The Russell 2000, low high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Challenging moving averages. Big symmetrical triangle. This was a bullish death hook. It rallied up, blasted through here. So I think that we have a better chance of building a high base than pulling back. But if we do pull back, I don't even see it getting back to these support lines. I see it coming back about halfway and then rallying higher here on the weekly charts. If you look here at the financials are already building a high base. So the financials could be doing what the rest of the markets are going to be doing. A lot of times that will happen. If the XLF decides to rally higher, that's the financials going higher, higher, higher. Look for a sizable little pop to the upside. Now, if we go to war with Iran, different ball game there. Anything can happen in the markets, and we'll have to watch out for that volatility. So if you look at the US dollar, we're bouncing, boys and girls. Look for a bounce off that support line. We're way oversold. Look for the US dollar to go up. That will put pressure on precious metals such as gold. So look for gold to start to drop after such a brilliant run to the upside. If the US dollar gets strong, silver will do the same thing. Big shooting star. That is a topping formation. Look for silver to start dropping. Again, weekly charts here. The VIX is very low. We're around the 20, 21 mark. Look for that to start spiking higher going in the near future. At least we have the chance of doing that. Bitcoin is $102 at the time of this, but it's just a slight little pullback, bull flag, breakout, a little pullback. Look for another breakout to the upside. It is coming. That is projected. And what I'll do is, and by the way, I'll share with you guys some tech stocks. I haven't done that in a while. We got the time to do it. These are weekly charts. US, if you look here at Apple, this is the Apple chart. This is a big bearish pennant. If you don't know bearish pennants, go to freeonlinetradingeducation.com. Go to the chart school, look for bearish pennant, or just type in bearish pennant. Down leg, bearish pennant. This is more bearish than it is bullish, but we do have a gap down run up here. Pretty bullish to have that, but this is problem city. However, the daily chart, if I go to the daily chart, guys, it's looking pretty bullish on the daily chart. But back to the weekly, AMD, if you take a look at this, this has been looking pretty good. Up, 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 and away. Amazon, if you look at this, it's topping out looking like the rest of the markets. This thing could be ready to tank. Look at BABA, big coiling formation. This thing could be ready to go up and or down. Big bullish pennant if you look at that. Baidu, if you look at Baidu, it's a whole lot of nothing. Chopping sideways, stay away. If you go to booking, is wait for this bull pullback to happen and look for a trade if and when it does that. Cisco is kind of a little high heavy and top heavy for me. If you're still in it, stay with it, but if not, get out. Cognizant, if you take a look at this, huge drop last week going into earnings. I would not own any of that. eBay, if you look at this, is building a high base. If it continues to do that, look to add to your position. Google is a big time sell opportunity. GoPro, if you look at that, if you're in it, stay with it. If you're not, do stay, wait for a trade setup. We don't see that here. And if you look at Meta, a sell opportunity unless it builds a high base. If you look here at MU, if you look here at MU, it's up, up, and away going into earnings. This thing could be a machine. Netflix, if you do Netflix, high base, look to add to that if it keeps building that. Look to maybe take profits on NVIDIA. And Oracle, if you look at that, huge pop after earnings. Wait for it to pull back a little bit before you get in on that. PayPal, if you look at this, maybe a buy opportunity. Roku, if you look at that, a sell opportunity. Snap, if you look at that, a sell opportunity. And Tesla, if you look at that, it's trying to build a coiling. This thing could pop one direction or the other. Just be watching that and stay away from QCOM at this time. All right, so here's the long and short of it, gang. Long and short of it is this. I'm getting ready to get personal. You guys can leave if you'd like. This is my monologue time. I've been gone for a few weeks. Let me explain to you why. Now try to do it without getting emotional. But how many of you have lost a parent before? I lost a mother-in-law. She wasn't expected to pass away. She wasn't in the greatest health, but not enough to pass. Her heart got her. So between my wife and I, Janelle, we've just lost our first parent. Her name was Janice. And when you lose a parent, it leaves a hole. Guys, why are you still here? You just watched my video and now you're still lingering around. Might as well be with you now that I have your undivided attention. Listen, if you haven't done so yet, I highly recommend putting in a foundation of trading, your foundation of trading through a mentor. For learning to fly a plane, you wouldn't just go through ground school before you start flying in the friendly skies. What you would be doing, though, is going up first with your flight instructor. Same thing if you're going to learn to ride a bike, you better have somebody behind you helping you ride a bike. Surgery, you're not going to read a few books and do heart surgery. So every principle and with being guided by a mentor, let finances be this. If you are a trader, you rate you from amateurs to professionals. Mentoring will do that for you. Anyway.